Yo, what is up, guys? XRP is at $1.11 right now, CoinMarketCap. Our first tweet comes from the crypto squire, Larry Fink. Larry Fink says the tokenization of every asset is here. He didn't mention XRP, but I think we all know what he was talking about. Our next tweet comes from Bank XRP. We simply want the law to catch up to the policy. Coinbase Vice Chair Ryan Van Grack says that while regulators are moving in the right direction, the crypto industry needs Congress to lock in permanent legislative rules. Thoughts? Let's watch this video.
What's the most important policy change, Faryar, that you need to see so that regulation keeps up with this growth?
Well, the policy changes occurred already. You're seeing the regulators, the bank regulators, the market regulators all adopting rules that make a lot of sense. We simply want the law to catch up to the policy and to create permanence so that we have certainty going over, into the long haul. I think we'll get that anyway. We have 2 more years under the Trump administration. Market practice, market behavior is all going to adapt to the rules and the policies that the Trump administration's laid out. Clarity is an opportunity to bed down those policies into permanent law, and I'm very confident we'll get there.
All right, we'll be watching it all.
Smash the subscribe button and hit that like button if you believe XRP will reach $3 again this year. Our next tweet comes from Watcher Guru. Just in, White House officials to meet with U.S. senators to help advance Crypto Clarity Act. Our next tweet comes from Ripple XRP. Breaking. The new Fed Chair Kevin Warsh just confirmed the Genius Act will be fully implemented across U.S. banks in days. We are racing to put this out by the deadline this Saturday. The Genius Act is the first crypto bill in U.S. history. Trump is also prepared to sign the Clarity Act. Let's watch this video.
A year ago on Saturday, the Genius Act was signed into law. And with that, a series of deadlines for rules to be promulgated began, and the clock began to tick. You came into your job confirmed approximately 2 months ago. The deadline for the Fed to promulgate rules is this Saturday. Will the Fed meet that deadline?
Well, it's a fair and open question. I have been corrected. I've not been in the job 6 weeks, but 7. We're racing to put that out by this deadline. I'll just add one other thing, Congressman, without taking too much of your time. I think rulemakings from the bank regulators are best when we have a family fight between and among us, so that there would be one proposed rulemaking for comment. It might not be exactly true this time, but that's my objective, that we'd be coordinated in issuing our rulemakings at the same moment.
I appreciate that. I think from this body, I think there's a huge opportunity with stablecoin in particular to make sure that consumers are protected. That was one of the drivers of us passing that legislation. There's a lot of work to be done. You're new in your new role with the Fed, but we would like to be updated if, in fact, that deadline is not made. And then, in fact, when those rules will be promulgated.
Our next tweet comes from the DTCC. Our first live trades have taken place. Equity conversion, securities lending, and equity delivery versus delivery settled on tokenized infrastructures designed for production use. Our next tweet comes from Crypto Barbie. Huge news. Senator Cynthia Lummis says we are ready. We are introducing in the next few days to get this bill across the finish line. Clarity is coming. Let's watch this video.
Well, it's taken us virtually every day for the last 10 months to get this bill in the condition it's in today, and we're ready. So we will be introducing in the next few days. We're going to be in session now for 4 straight weeks. It's very important that we get this bill across the finish line before the August recess begins, so we can make the markets aware of the stability that will be provided to them if they remain onshore in the United States to do business. This is a pivotal time for the industry, and we want to meet their needs. We also want to meet the needs of law enforcement with regard to preventing illicit finance and provide consumer protections. We think we've accomplished that goal with this bill. It's been arduous, but we're ready for prime time.
Absolutely. So is it fair to say this bill will be on the Senate floor the week of July 20th?
Well, I expect it'll be that week, but considering the important things that we have to deal with in these 4 weeks. Senator Thune will make the final decision about which week to bring clarity to the floor. We're voting today on the motion to proceed to the National Defense Authorization Act, and as you know, we've got issues with Save America to deal with and other things as well. But Senator Thune is well aware of the importance this bill provides for market stability for digital assets. So I think he'll schedule it this 4-week period.
Our next week comes from Bank XRP. Clarity Act update. Senate AG Chair John Boozman says the bill could hit the floor the week of July 20th, after 10 months of near daily work to get the finish line ready. Our next week comes from Res XRP. Passed the Clarity Act, XRP. Let's watch this video.
We have the technology to allow every financial institution on the planet to settle with every other financial institution in a compatible jurisdiction in any asset in seconds for less than a penny. Just think about this. Anyone who's made a payment knows that we're nowhere near that today. But imagine every financial institution settling with every other financial institution in seconds for less than a penny, any asset. That's fundamentally transformative. We have the technology to do it. Now we just need to figure out how to drive the adoption. And of course, there's all the challenges with there's incumbents, there's regulation, there's inertia. There's the big players who are really trying to defend. If you're one of the largest banks in the world, you want to push pause or stop on technology. Because you're in the lead. So of course, you say you love technology, but obviously you wish you could stop it. So.
Our next week comes from Crypto Barbie, so it begins. Our next week comes from Zayf Crypto. Breaking, Monica Long reveals Bank of America CEO says, we're all in on XRP. Once BlackRock announces the XRP ETF, the floodgates are about to burst. Let's watch this video.
It feels like the floodgates are going to open this year, doesn't it? I mean, so within the past week, a couple weeks, so SAB 121 being called back or rolled back. And I mean, within, it felt like minutes, you hear from CEOs like Bank of America saying we're all in. And, these are institutions that Bank of America was one of our early partners when we were doing kind of like the messaging software only payment solution. So we've worked with these types of banks for a long time, and the lack of clarity. And I think in the more recent time, even hostility toward, using these assets and this technology is not okay. It's dangerous, which is not the best way to handle it, as we would say. But looking forward, I would say, yes, it seems like there's going to be a sea change this year. And even I could say post-November, the US election result, even just the ongoing conversations we've had with banks around being reserve bank or transaction banking partners for the stablecoin or for our payments business, like the tone and message changed overnight. Like it was quick.
Our next week comes from Ripple XRP. Trump's son says there isn't a true replacement for XRP. He argues there isn't a single function in today's banking system that XRP can't handle. Let's watch this video.
Lawfare, and that's what opened my eyes. I'm a hard asset guy. My entire life has been building real, hotels, golf courses, real estate buildings, right, commercial buildings, etc. That's what I've done. If there's anybody's eyes who shouldn't have been open to the world of cryptocurrency, it was mine. Other than I realized the power that these banks had, and I realized how they were exerting that power, and they were canceling businesses all over our country. It was political. It was forced. They were targeting people that they didn't like. It wasn't fair. And then you realize that there's not a single thing that those banks do that can't be done better, cheaper, more efficiently, faster on blockchain. Why is it that the modern financial system runs 9 to 5 Monday through Friday? Why is it, Maria, that if you want to go get a loan and you've been banking with a certain bank for 30 years, it would probably take you 100 days to go do it, and you'd be filling out antiquated paper forms? It doesn't make sense, right? And again, that's why I fell in love with crypto, and I truly believe that Bitcoin is one of the greatest stores of value. Immediately liquid, an unbelievable hedge against real estate, and something we're really excited.
Our next tweet says, whoa, President Trump says he will support the right of the country's 50 million crypto owners to protect themselves. The USA will become the crypto capital, massive for XRP. Let's watch this video.
I will ensure that the future of crypto and the future of Bitcoin will be made in the USA, not driven overseas. I will support the right to self-custody to the nation's 50 million crypto holders. I say this with your vote. I will keep Elizabeth Warren and her goons away from your Bitcoin. And I will never allow the creation of a central bank digital currency. I will also...
Real quick, if this helped, press the like button. It tells YouTube to show this to people who want the truth, not hype. And press the subscribe button if you're done being sold the moon. I've already got your next one right here. Go.